really didn't have a way to manage our leads at all. Everything was more or less put in files. Sometimes time would go by, we didn't have a way to manage when we had contacted a lead, and when 2 years may go by and we may contact them again, or we may contact a lead and not do a good job following up and managing that process. So why Salesforce? I spent I'd say about 6 months looking at other types of platforms. These two platforms, Microsoft and Hydratech, I'm sure are good types of CRMs. But as I went through the Salesforce demos and the other demos, it appeared to me that Salesforce was going to be the best tool for our organization. One of the big deals with that was having a cloud-based type of platform. You hear the word cloud all the time. I heard the word cloud on commercials. I really wasn't familiar with cloud computing, but I've gotten a lot more educated as I've gone through this process. And what it boiled down to me was being able to operate on a cloud type of environment eliminated the servers that I had to have on site, the potential servers going down with power outages. Our particular location, we're in a hurricane-prone environment, so we had to deal with the power situations when we may be out of power for weeks at a time. The scalability of being able to use Salesforce, a big deal of that too is that we have three different organizations, one in the U.S., one in China, one in Denmark, all operating on different ERP platforms, but we were all having to manage a pipeline and customer information.
To go to a platform like Salesforce and have multiple languages was a big deal, considering we had 3 separate ERP systems for each one of these locations, and I did not want to do an integration. At least my goal was to not do an integration of the ERP with the CRM solution. And my personal opinion on that is really more from the standpoint of the accounting and all of the production types of functions, more or less muddling up all of the key data, which is the customer information, the quoting information, the budget information, the visit reports, and those types of things. So we chose not to do that.
So as far as deployment, the deployment of Salesforce actually was a whole lot smoother than what I've ever could have imagined. The customers that we had, the phone numbers, addresses, contacts, which the data side of that the data management of that side can be very cumbersome within at least the ERP system that we have. What I found with Salesforce is that I can just go to one place, see all of my customer information in a nice clean page. If anything doesn't look right, it stands out like a sore thumb. So being able to look at that and correct that after the data migration is even done was also very easy. We went back and added sales figures. We went back 3 years to just get an idea of what our year-to-date numbers were with each one of those clients. We put all this information into a spreadsheet format that Configuro helped us with. And then really everything was just uploaded. It was about as easy as it could have gotten. I've done other multiple software deployments over the years, and that was a very difficult process. So I can say that this one was very easy. As far as how we're syncing data from the back office to our front office, which back office being our inside sales folks, and then our front office being our outside sales folks. Now we're able to sync all of these opportunities to quotes Our quoting system that we do, we've got a lot of tracking that we do related to the type of business that it is, the type of customer, at least what type of market segment. So we're able to report on those types of customer account identification functions much easier than we could before. And this also falls into our pipeline reporting too. So if you're a company out there that operates in multiple market segments with multiple types of let's just say products within your own business, it's a very, very efficient tool to be able to look at where your revenue stream and profit streams are coming from and which market segments that they're also being reported from. So we have, I guess, a two-tier type of product offering. One of the types of products that we offer is what I call more of a catalog type of offer. The other type of offer is more of a customized approach. About 85% of our business comes from this customized approach, 15% coming from more of a pricing catalog-based type of price book. We were able to implement and put both of those into the Salesforce platform. I would say half of the time that we spent was really dedicated to the customized quoting platform, because the customized quoting and the help that we got with coming up with this platform to do customized quoting is really a big deal for us, and we're able to manage that all within the Salesforce platform, whereas everything before was being handled and managed within our old ERP system. As far as the opportunities that are tied to quotes, everything is being managed within our system, as I've mentioned before, by different industry segments. We also have follow-up time frames that we report within our company from the standpoint of when do we think a deal will close, and then when do we think after it's closed we have to back up the production time and estimate when the product will actually ship. So if those dates are also all reported, so we'll have a win month report and then also a ship month report that's all tied into our pipeline management. As far as chatter goes, chatter for inside and outside, it's really kind of developed, I think, more of a teamwork type of environment. It's helped us kind of come together as a company. We've got some remote salespeople within our organization, and it's kind of neat to see how they have taken hold of that and shared different customer wins or different problems or things that have come up through the sales process. So that's been kind of neat to see that. It's kind of like I call it, it's kind of like a Salesforce.com platform for the business, and it's all pretty much it's all a private type of platform. So one of my other visions of Salesforce was really to try to create a tablet type of Salesforce. I wanted to have the iPad application or iPad with Salesforce on it to be able to do all of our customer visit reports, which are required whenever our sales reps see a client. We went in and actually did a little bit of customization to where we could put in a lot of personal information for each one of our contacts and clients. I want them to be able to see what opportunities they have right before they go in, or actually if a customer asks, they could see it right in front of them in real time. I also wanted them to be able to manage their calendars on Salesforce, to look at all of previous emails which are on Salesforce, because there is also a feature that you can add and send emails that are logged to a specific opportunity. So all that will be on their iPad application. They also can look at their budgets on Salesforce as well with the iPad, and we also implemented the Expensify feature, which has been awesome to be able to download expenses, have all of that be electronic, and it's very, very seamless and very efficient. One thing too I may have missed as well is the approval process. I don't know. We're also able to be able to set up approvals based on either dollar volume or gross profit levels, where electronic emails are sent, and we can approve those quotes and approve those at different levels within the organization, which has been very efficient also. Anytime that that we talk to clients too, we're logging those calls too, and that gives us a company-wide visibility within the organization too, to be able to know what's going on. Because if you have a back office support, depending on what kind of organization you have, and your back office is quoting to your clients, it's nice to know what conversations have been had, and to more or less keep everybody in the loop and have that visibility. We also have it's called a cases function within the Salesforce platform, where we are managing our claims or any type of warranties. That was always a very big struggle for us too, because again, it was in this static environment, this static world. And now that we can manage all this within Salesforce, it's much more easier for us to be able to manage, and then also be able to report that and track our either decrease in warranties or increase in warranties, and be able to try to pinpoint and try to improve those, and also know if it's impacting one client more so than another. So many more things that you can utilize within the platform. We also are going to implement a configuration tool where it will be managed online, where we'll actually be able to have our distributors, which we have a distributor network as well, be able to log in and use a configurator tool to be able to generate their own quotes. And then we have discount structure set up that we manage that gives them discounts and enables us to give them pricing. So the critical business intelligence, you can see here the different types of little snapshots of dashboards. One of the things that really impressed me as well is how easy it was to be able to go in, set up these dashboards. I'm not necessarily the sharpest IT guy, but I can tell you that it took a minimal amount of time to be able to learn this, and you can slice and dice this any way you want. It's a very powerful tool, and you can even set up functions within the system where you get an automatic email of everything in your pipeline, or everything that's closed or won or lost, or any type of intelligence you want to be able to track any specific initiatives that you have going on related to the order pipeline, quote pipeline, shipment pipeline. Anything that you want to see and set up can be done, and it's pretty much an automated function after it's set up, and you can go back and tweak it, play with it, and do anything you want. If you don't like the way that it looks, it's very easy to go back and change it. And you can set it up for different levels. You can have a sales level, a management level, a CEO level. So it's a powerful tool too. And if you're in a sales management role, then it really saves a lot of time, because if you're, let's just say your CEO with a different type of report, you can set it up and more or less auto-populate it and auto-send it to him, and then it's more or less a phone call for review. So and the same thing goes for your outside sales folks as well. What it's done from a time standpoint, which if you're focusing on face time and sales time, the more time you spend doing reporting, the less time you're spending actually selling. And I think it's pretty evident, it's been very evident to our sales staff, the amount of time that it has reduced from managing all of those static spreadsheet reports, and actually, the data wasn't as great as you'd like it to be anyway, to now just been doing some minor maintenance time, whereas it might have taken a day, where it was taking us a whole day to be able to more or less get ready to send a pipeline report, which was due monthly. It's taking them 15 minutes. And And the same thing goes for being able to track all of the leads and opportunities. The amount of time that it took for us to be able to try to keep up with that, and the accuracy that we were able to do that has all pretty much gone away and is all managed within this one single platform, which has been a beautiful thing. As far as being able to generate these quotes and distribute these quotes, everything now is managed within the Salesforce platform that I mentioned before, whereas before everything was managed on our ERP. So, our ERP system now is doing nothing but purchasing, production, and all of the finance and accounting features. So, as far as one other thing that we did that I think is, somewhat customized for the Salesforce platform is we have something called a job cost summary, and more or less is top-line type of view of revenue, cost of goods sold, direct labor burden, those types of things. And we're able to manage this page is actually on every single quote that's viewed only by our own company employees. And this falls into our approval process, to where if something is not does not meet a certain required margin, or if something is above a certain dollar range, then it's managed to this job cost summary. So we're able to track our gross profits. We're able to track our commissions much more effectively within this one platform. So I would challenge you to not be afraid to check this out and get involved. And when I first got started into this whole process, I was a little bit afraid, of actually doing something different. I was concerned with maybe the pushback that I was going to get. But I finally just realized that the amount of hours in the day that it was taking to manage the quality of the data that we were getting out, it just didn't make sense. So I would say step out there and really try to leverage what's already there. Don't try to reinvent the wheel and go with some customized software program, because the platform that's there that they've created is very powerful, and it will, I'm sure, accomplish the majority of your goals. Also, too, I'd say, we decided to do a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 type of ramp up with the process. And my suggestion, or my take on that would be to really focus on those core functions, really focus on accounts, contacts, your leads, the really critical data integrity. Don't try to swallow everything at one time. And I think the process, if you choose to go that route, I think it's much more manageable. And you can also, the team that you have, your support team, I think will grab a hold of it, and you'll have less challenges along the way. And then also too, your CEO or your executive team, they've got to buy into this thing, and you've got to sell it, and you've got to sell what the advantages are. So my suggestion there is, before you try to sell it, learn as much as you can about it, go through as many demos as you can, and it should be a pretty smooth transition to get those folks